All right, everyone, welcome back to the Theta Communications YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be going over some tweets from our friend Theta Leviathan over on Twitter, as well as Theta Edgecloud updates and some lore for the 2025 season and some predictions that we have for compute. All right, without further ado, let us thank our Theta stakers as well as our Tfuel stakers over on ThetaCommunications.com. You all make this content possible. We appreciate all of the support, as well as we have some edge nodes that are still available for stake, as well as some partially available edge nodes too. All right, let us make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below to boost Theta-related content in the YouTube algorithm. All right, let's head on over to Twitter now. We'll go over to Theta Leviathan, and we'll go through one of these tweets I think highlighted a good thing within the documentation of Theta, which is persistent storage. So understanding that immutable storage is your traditional data that cannot be changed, NFTs, video footage that's anchored to the blockchain, right? Stuff that you don't want to have this updatability. Whereas with persistent storage, you have this profile-like setting or these databases that want to enhance, update, change, and if the system shuts down, that data is still secured there in its previous format. So good example, I guess, for in layman's terms would be something like a Game Boy game, or where you have a journey, let's say Pokemon, and you hit save, it saves, device shuts down, you fire the device back up, and there is a save file there, and that is where you jump to and continue a journey until you save again. So you have this progressional storage where you can continually update as things happen within whatever you're doing and whatever you're accessing. So you can continually maneuver forward with this kind of storage set. So this is great to see. It's in beta here over on Theta Edgecloud. So if you can, go play around with it and see what you can build and utilize. We have a lot going on here, as well as mentioning of the chatbot here. We spoke about this in previous videos where these chatbots are going to be even more composable and integral for businesses to be more efficient as they engage with their human clientele, as well as maybe their not human clientele, right? So we'll dive into that a little bit later here. So thank you to Theta Leviathan for this right here. We also want to talk about cost as well too, but let's dive in on one other thing from the Theta Labs team. We'll head on over here. And that is, this just came out 6 hours ago, but this is talking about persistent storage, just like Theta Leviathan and the updates, GPU nodes with SSH, and just layman's terms for people, secure socket shell. So basically allowing file transfer over insecure networks, kind of like what a remote viewing support service utilizes to aid with people's computer issues. They're able to remote view in and then basically help the client out without being susceptible to any cryptographic attacks or security breaches. So this kind of goes along with some of the zero knowledge proof stuff, being able to utilize data and allowing edge nodes to support the data without actually knowing what's on the data itself, right? And confirming it as valid, right? So the Byzantine generals problem mixed in with some ZK stuff as well. So exciting times ahead. Let's head on back here. So these updates going into Edgecloud, talking about building out with persistent storage, GPU. I think this is going to be super exciting. So again, make sure to go play around over here. All right, let's dive into some of the cost structuring. We'll get into some of the 2025 lore stuff. Right now, Theta is sitting very nicely as the cheapest of the 4 total that we have listed here, and that bodes well as we move forward because compute and the cost of devices is only going to get more expensive, mainly because we could get constrained in 2025 where there's going to be so many different tasks and roles that businesses are going to need, but the hardware may not be able to keep up with the amount of compute that's going to be flowing through this pipeline, right? So being competitive at cost, but also being competitive where we have this network that could give an access point to someone who would like to provide compute power, earn revenue through it, creates a great advantage for the Theta ecosystem, especially since a lot of this compute power is going to be hoarded by these bigger businesses, and there's going to be a ton of spend going in. Theta is going to provide an immense opportunity to those who don't have the access to the hardware directly to compile hardware from devices all across the globe. And I think that's what's going to make it exciting. It's going to make it so that medium to large scale size businesses can compete with the Goliaths. And I think that's where the innovation, I think that's where some of the rotation on some of the large cap companies is going to come from. And that's going to be amazing to see. It's going to be fast, it's going to be quick, and whoever can move the fastest is going to win. But Theta acts as a kind of neutral ally within that ecosystem. I think is going to be significant for businesses growing forward. So operating as the picks and shovels rather than the actual gold itself sometimes can be more profitable in some cases. So I do want to hit on this as well. If you haven't seen the All In podcast, Gavin Baker did a great segment right here around the 1 hour and 14-minute mark talking about how we're going to run out of compute. And as one of the best performers for 2025. So if that's the case, then Theta is in prime position to enable a lot of these business models. So I think we're right there, and I think he's spot on with some of the stuff he said, as well as David Friedberg. So if we keep pushing this thing forward, Theta becomes more and more essential as we talk about agents talking to other agents, human elements getting displaced. But by having this, so we are, as holders of this cryptocurrency and this broader edge node, are in prime position for a successful transition to whatever this new economy looks like. So that's very exciting. I won't make this one too long. I want to hit on the next part. We'll just tease it right here. We'll talk about robotics and agents and other things in the next video. I hope you found this video well, and I look forward to seeing you all on Tfuel Island, of course. Take care. Bye-bye.